In this tutorial, we are going to see how to load data from multiple sheets in a single file and from multiple sheets from multiple files. We'll look at how to combine data in a similar format spread across multiple sheets in a single file. So here we have sales data. So we have three sheets, February, March, and April, with data for the respective months. So this is an ideal scenario. Most of you working in reporting would have faced this, where you have data across different sheets and you often copy and paste it into a single sheet. We'll see how we can avoid that. So we'll go here, we'll go to data. This is what used to be Power Query. We'll go to get data from file from workbook. We choose this workbook. This is the workbook from which we saw the data. So here we'll say select multiple items. Now this will load, we'll press on load. It will load three different tables for us. Now what we can do is go here on the right. We can say append. So three or more tables. So to April, we can add February and March and click OK. So you can see all the 3 months data has been appended here. All we have to say is close and load to table. So now we have a table which has all the data for all the 3 months. Now we'll see how to combine data from multiple files, where in each of the files there are multiple sheets. For example, here we have sales 2021. Here in our samples we have sales 2020 and 2021. So we'll see how to combine both these files, and later on we'll see how to add another file to this as well. So let's go, we can create a new workbook. So in this new workbook, we'll go to data, get data from file, from folder. We're going to go to this folder. This is the folder that has all our data. Let's say open. So you can see now we're going to go and say transform data. So once we go to transform data, this binary contains all our content information for all these files. So rest of it is metadata on the file, the location. You can see when it was modified, all of that. So we don't need these columns. So what we can do is select all these columns by pressing shift and then right click, remove columns. So this is the only column which we are interested in. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a column here. We're going to say it's a custom column. We're going to use a function, inbuilt function in Power Query, excel.workbook. So this function takes a parameter which is the binary content, and it will read the content. So we'll say okay. Now we can say, see, we have a option called table here. This has more data about these files. So we'll expand this, we'll load this. We'll say expand, okay. Now we can see what this has done is this is basically loaded two files, both the 2020 and 2021 files. It has all the sheets information here. The actual data is in these tables. So everything else is the sheet name, what type of object it is. If you had other tables, it will show tables. So we don't need any of this. We just need the table. So what I can do is select this table and say remove other columns. Now we have removed all the other columns. What we're going to do is we're going to expand these tables further. We'll say okay. Now you can see this has all our data. This has 2020, 2021, all of it. Only thing is it has the header rows repeating. So first thing, we'll go to transform, use first row as headers. So once we do this, you can see the headers have changed. Now we can go here, filter out the header name. Okay, now the month is gone. We have only our data. Okay, there's one final step which we need to do. Select all the columns and do a detect data type. You can see the data type has changed. This is month and this has become 1, 2, 3. Now we can go here. We can say close and load to. So one of the options I want to say is, like, when you do this close and load to, you'll get an option to look at the data. You can choose table and new worksheet and it will insert a table, or you can simply create a connection to the table. Create a connection to the data. So right now we'll do a table. So you can see we have data for 2020, 2021, 2 years. So This is how we can combine. Now we'll see what happens if we add some more data inside this folder. What happens if we add a file? So we'll go here. I have a folder called historic data, which has data for 2019. We'll copy this folder as such and put it here. Done this, we'll go here. We'll do a refresh. So you can see we would have 2019 data which has been added, whatever data we put in refresh. One thing to note about these refreshes, you can configure these refreshes. You can go here, go to properties of the query. So enable background refresh, which means that we can do a background refresh as and when we want. We can refresh every specific minutes, like we can refresh in a week or something. Refresh data when opening the file. If this is a file which you do once in a month, then you can do it refresh data when opening the file and put the file in the background. I hope this was useful. Please use the comments to share your feedback. Thank you.